right, today we're jumping into a skill that is blowing up right now. It's moving from just a neat trick to a whole complex science. Prompt engineering.
I mean, think about it. We're all using AI these days, right? But have you ever really stopped to consider how we're supposed to be talking to it? Is it just like chatting with a person, or is there something more to it?
Well, it turns out the secret isn't just in what you ask, but in how you ask it. It's way less like a casual conversation and a lot more like you're designing a very specific set of instructions. Let's dig in. So, what even is this thing? This field that seems to have popped up out of nowhere? Let's get a really clear idea of what we're talking about. Okay, so researchers call this a formal discipline, and it's all about developing, and this is the key word, optimizing the instructions we feed to AIs. The whole point is to get the absolute most out of these incredibly powerful models and to do it efficiently and, reliably. I absolutely love this analogy. If you walk into a kitchen and just say, "Make me a sandwich," you're going to get something pretty basic. But if you hand over a detailed recipe, specific ingredients, step-by-step directions, notes on how it should look, you get a masterpiece. That is exactly how prompts work. And we're not just talking about a few simple tricks here. Get this, a huge review of all the research out there found at least 58 distinct text-based prompting techniques. That just shows you how deep this rabbit hole really goes. Okay, so if a great prompt is like a recipe, then what are the ingredients? Let's break down the core components that make up a really powerful instruction. First up, the most obvious one, the directive. This is your main command. Write this, summarize that, translate, explain. It's the action verb. It tells the AI what its fundamental job is. Now, this next one is where things get really interesting, the role. You can actually tell the AI who to be. And when you do that, you don't just change the words, you change its whole vibe, the tone, the style, the perspective. It's an incredibly powerful little lever to pull. And another super effective ingredient is giving it examples. You know that classic advice for writers, show, don't tell? Well, it turns out it's just as true for AI. Instead of trying to describe exactly what you want, you just show it. Now, the way we use these ingredients, especially those examples, leads to two really fundamental ways of prompting. So on one side, you have zero-shot prompting. You give it 0 examples, just a straight-up command. It's fast, it's simple, and it's great for easy tasks. But for the more complex, nuanced stuff, you use few-shot prompting. This is where you give it a couple of examples to show it the pattern you're looking for. You're not just asking a question, you're actually giving it a mini-lesson, right there in the prompt. This technique is also called in-context learning, and trust me, it is an absolute game changer. But what about tasks that need more than just matching a pattern? What about real, honest-to-goodness, multi-step reasoning? This, my friends, is where we get to the real aha moment. I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? How do you get an AI to not just give you an answer, but to actually work through a problem, step by step, like a person would? Well, the answer is a technique called chain of thought. And the wild part is, you can kick it off with a phrase as simple as this: let's think step by step. Just adding that one little sentence encourages the AI to basically talk its thinking out loud, to break the problem down before it even tries to give you a final answer. And this just shows you the difference perfectly. Instead of just jumping straight to the number 6, the AI first explains its logic. By forcing it to show its work, you make it way more likely that it gets the right answer to a complex problem. You're literally guiding its thought process. So where is all this headed? I mean, let's be real, prompts aren't just for writing emails anymore. They are quickly becoming the command line for a whole new kind of software. The next big thing is the AI agent. This is where a prompt doesn't just give you back some text, it actually triggers a whole series of actions. You can prompt an AI to go use a calculator for a math problem, or browse the web for up-to-date info, or even run some code to get a task done. But, and this is a huge but, this incredible power opens up a whole new can of worms when it comes to security. You've got things like prompt injection, where a hacker basically tricks your AI into ignoring your instructions and following theirs. Then there's jailbreaking, which is about goading the AI into breaking its own safety rules. And there are even these sneaky dangers, like something called package hallucination, where an AI is tricked into generating code that downloads malicious software. And all of this leads to a pretty interesting final thought. As we get better and better at giving these instructions, and as the AI gets smarter at following them,
what does our relationship with this tech really become? Are we learning how to be better teachers, carefully guiding this new kind of intelligence? Or are we all just becoming better bosses? It's definitely something to think about.